Shut up, Mahalo. 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 One, two. Hi, you're with Scott. I'm playing Hearthstone. It's midnight. Well, it's 1:30, but it's always midnight. This is your right ear, and hopefully your left ear as well, because it's mono. Let me just check that. Mono. Should be alright, shouldn't it? Mono. Hopefully that's better. And this is my first stream with a webcam. Just kind of for test purposes. Let's get underway. So we're playing Hearthstone. I'm playing a Cho'Bough deck. Let's quickly show you what's in the deck. Packing in Biggin. I love Chart Dealer. Got it in gold there. I think it's a really great one drop. Discover a spell. Partner assignment. Ability here just to play some stuff in the early game. Reinforcements, get something on the board. It's useful later to give something taunt. Obviously the Breath of Dreams is Dragon Synergy. The main Dragon Synergy being Ysera and Alexstrasza, because this is a singleton deck. Got Elise. What I try to do is get Cho'Bough pumping with some Germination. If you can get Germination on your Vargoth, then you're really pumping. It's just a bit of fun. Trying out some of the new cards. Trying to create some Cho'Boughs, cross off a quest on the Battle Pass. I'm looking over there because it's the first time I've set up my camera as a webcam. And I've got no idea. It took me a long time to get this stream set up. It's been a lot of hard work, and it's been a hard year. I know it's been a hard year for everyone. It's been a hard 2 years. But anyway, more about that later. Let's start playing the game. So, There's no one watching me on stream. Got my stream chat up here in the corner above my head. Right here. Welcome to the chat.
Malfurion versus Illidan.
But I'm going to try and practice.
This isn't over between us, brother.
You have much to answer for.
Let's see. This is a power card. We don't need to use it until later in the game. This is powerful as well, but also later in the game, as is Alexstrasza. So since the Mulligan is the only piece of control I'm going to have over card draw, best to try our luck. Biggins good.
Evil draws close.
I don't mean paired with Cho, I don't mean I'm going to drop Cho and then
Let me work
out
my magic.
Demon Hunter may just completely kick our ass before we have a chance to get things going, but needs a spell to activate, which will probably be give your hero attack. So do we want that? I mean, we're going to pop off the Embiggen now.
Time waits for no
It's whether we coin out Cho. The more spells we have, the better for the owl. This is a Cho deck, and this can't be answered unless they play a spell. So, Agony 6, who could be male, could be female. Agony 6. They are going to play a spell. Not the spell I was expecting. I'm going to take out Cho. But hey ho, we got another spell. Obviously we can't do anything this turn due to the mana burn. And our opponent does intend to just batter us down quick. But we've got a bit of a tempo swing next turn. Tempo swing, obviously the jar dealer. Not looking so hot. It's really slow. Do I drop the jar dealer, give it the health and taunt, create an extra treant, which would easily go down to one of these, add the beast to my hand. There's not much point in playing this and then not playing the beasts. It's a bit of a random, well, it's exactly random, isn't it? So I think we'll go this way. And pop the jar dealer down. Ideally we want to kill this as quick as possible.
Death is so profitable.
Next turn, each spell we play will take
Step up!
this down. Another dick. So let's play a spell. See what we get. It's not the best, is it, to damage our own minions. Discovering mage minions is handy, but we're down to 15 health already and we're going to die. I didn't say we were going to win, I said we were going to have some fun playing this deck. And maybe getting your ass kicked isn't fun. I don't know. This deck is a very slow deck, and we're trying to get the Cho and the Cho'Bough working.
How's the weather down there?
We're not having any much success.
The fires of vengeance burn bright!
Hey, I got you, friend.
face. Not really much fun playing against demon hunters, is it? See what I mean about the slow deck? Play that and it's game over. It's game over all the way. Isn't it? It's game over all the way.
They're not trapped. They're my friends.
For the wild. I concede.
So that was rubbish. Just doing this to check off my quests, really. 3 games of Druid. Three games of Druid. So if anyone knows how you get more Twitch viewers,
Malfurion
a subscriber.
Gul'dan.
they could let me know.
Your soul shall be mine. I must protect the wild.
We'll take that. At the moment, people are trying to rank up in ladder. I'm just trying to have fun. So we're getting stomped on by aggro decks, and my guess is this is going to be an aggro warlock. There might be control. Seeing those Cthulhu dunk their way in there. Pop the big gun. Beasts. That's bad. This is good. We have the Dragon Breeder, so if we can get a copy of Ysera, we can just go pure greed at the end. If we can get to the end of the game. It's stats on board, isn't it? It's stats on board. It's a 1-3. My opponent's going to use something to get rid of it. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, it pops the soul fragments in the deck, but hopefully they can get them all through before we start doing our damage.
They're not trapped. They're my
Soul
friends.
fragments. They're going in, so it's better they're going now when we get rid of them. Zephyris is very powerful. Very powerful. And there's no need to waste that power right now. On the other hand, this doesn't clear this. What will Zephyris give us? Maybe a 4-drop? We don't have a 4-drop. And it's been buffed as well. Because you rush this in and you're basically just saying, pass, aren't you?
I wonder.
Although if I use this now, next turn, I might end up just using Zephyris and he'll offer me 1-drops. So I'm going to just Zephyris.
Your wish
Nice
is my
4-drop.
Time waits for no one.
The Drake. The Wind Fury might come in handy later. So I'll take it now. Even though I said I'm looking for a 4-drop with the intent to play it next turn, if this is still here, it's going to bash him in the face with Wind Fury. If it's not, it's no big deal, is it? We just hold on to this and hope there's an opportunity where Lovely. Clear board for Cho, and the only way to remove Cho
Jade Serpent guide you.
it's going to be with some shenanigans, some rush shenanigans. I'm going to get some free cards. It's going to shake up my opponent's mindset to see this 2/6 Cho on the board, because Cho can now attack. So you can't just leave him on there and do nothing. And it probably makes my opponent feel that my deck is not going to be spell heavy. And it's not really spell heavy. playing the spells that are of least value to me, as my minions are not going to be both demons, but draw 2 for 3. It's not bad, is it? It's acceptable. 3 cards. And my thinking is that control is my opponent's MO, so they're going to be waiting for me to fill the board so they can clear it. This continues to fill my hand. I don't want my hand too full, because if I'm going to duplicate it later on for these power cards, if it's too full, I'm going to lose some of them through hand space. So I think we'll get some stats on board.
Death is so
Just throwing the things out there that are of least import in the hand, knowing they're going to get destroyed, and this is going to fill my hand up again a little bit so I can get rid of it again before we start to draw. We don't want this to be played with Vargoth on board either, because I don't want to draw too many. I mean, drawing is strong, it's good, it's a powerful position to be in, having more cards in hand. But like I say, with my plan to duplicate some of my power cards, duplicate some of my power cards, like this Dragon Queen, Alexstrasza,
my brood will survive.
so I can put on repeated late game pressure. I can't have too many cards in hand, and there is Vargoth. Expensive 4/4. Finish it off with the Jar Dealer. Drop a 1-drop. Run this to face. Could be getting some Wind Fury here. But there's nothing here that's too scary. Playing this would draw 4 minions, and that would basically fill my hand with next turn's draw. And then duplication would be very difficult for the whole game, because I'd have to play out 5 cards out of my hand in one turn at some point. So let's just run this. This is probably the least greedy play. Nice 1-drop.
In the shadows.
Although I do think my opponent will be dropping a fire storm thing. You know, I watch Solemn, and sometimes Solemn can't remember the name of the cards, and I think, bless him, it's not his first language, but he's been playing long enough. And I always thought that I would remember the name of all the cards as I started to stream, and yet I can't. But Rain of Fire, or whatever it is, it deals 1 damage to all the things for the numbers of cards in your hand. He's not playing that. No, he's trying to stay alive. Combo deck, obviously, with this quest on the go. Don't want to let him get to the point where he's rolling that quest into some big hitters before we apply too much pressure. This is nice with Vargoth to push that mana, but it's a waste of Vargoth. It means Vargoth is on the board and will be cleared, so it's our only use of Vargoth. 2 cards, 2 mana crystals. It's worth it.
Free of that blasted tower!
My opponent will probably not be holding the dragon. I don't know. We'll see.
Time waits for no one.
Of course, I didn't use my hero power to finish off this bad boy, which is a shame. Chose taking damage.
Behold!
But if we're lucky, we might get another copy of that. Draw plus mana or something. This is now becoming a difficult situation for my opponent, who has to clear this board, but knows that using a powerful spell will give me an unfair advantage, card advantage, They'll use a spell and I'll gain a spell. But we're one turn away from... unless they've got the coin. Did they have the coin? Did I use the coin? I can't remember. One turn away from...
So many possibilities.
Cataclysmic Destroy Everything card costs 8. I can't remember the name of the spells now. That's weird. That is weird.
Almost out of time.
Giving them some problems.
I wonder.
He's Vargoth. He's buffed as well, isn't he? So he's a bit bigger than normal. I'm thinking, should I leave that out there? What am I doing? Because you leave it out there, and I fill the board, and then you destroy everything. That could be a plan, couldn't it? So we're not up to duplicating hand yet. We don't necessarily want to fill our hand. What we would like to do is to pop this down and get a copy of it. But we're not going to get a copy on the same turn because we didn't manage to drop the cost of this with Frizzy. So I'm considering whatever I drop here to be lost. I mean, it's most likely my opponent will destroy the board on my next turn. So if I drop Cho'Bough, I'll lose the effect. Give someone Wind Fury. We'll pop this. Have the dragons in hand. They cost 1. They're good to duplicate if they're good. Give them more options. But it is throwing away a 10-10. This is throwing away the Wind Fury on something like this or this, which, you know, unopposed will end the game.
Life
So
and hope of will fight.
I'm just going to do it this way around.
Almost out of time.
If my opponent doesn't clear this board, then I win. So Twisting Nether. There it is. Just in time, eh? It gives me another powerful card. And I've got these cheap things to play. The only question is, my opponent is a control deck, and maybe they've got another Twisting Nether in hand. And the only way to find that out is to drop some stuff that is a real threat that they're going to have to deal with. Do we drop the double Cho'Bough? Oh, we can't. We've buffed them, haven't we? So they're too expensive. This is nice because I can attack with this into something and summon things. So it's not worth just throwing that out there to let it hang.
What to do?
Not at that value. It might be time to drop Asura. One target removal is easy to remove with the Cthulhu card. Do we have a big spell to follow this up with? No, but
Nature speaks through us.
I do this.
Nature speaks
Even
through
the
us.
3 mana free admission turns these both into 8 attack minions. That would be 3. Oh no, sorry, what am I saying? 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7. And then they double that, so they do 14 each. So this situation here is lethal, unopposed. Even though I'm going to overdraw the cards, I don't care. Don't worry about that. Might be able to get these down with another spell, but using 2 spells to deal with this board that I can then fill again.
Almost out of time.
So we're in a strong position here. The first game was a loss, wasn't it? But
It's
this
perfectly
deck is completely useless.
to me.
There's the Dark Scar.
Now these are mine.
So I can just pop this. The Wind Fury. It's a shame that we lose the Wind Fury into this. But so what, you know, it's not the end of the world.
What to do?
Draw 2. What have I got? 9. So that'll be 8. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to be using the guess the weight. Because it's not enough attack on this, is it? Let's just pop this then. There's Elise, but as I said, we've now got a very full hand. So duplication is not, what's the word? Optimal at this point. Not more to play through before.
Time waits for no one.
Still supposed to be doing it. It's clear. Let me get the Grey Bow on board. Thinking about the amalgam. I know they're both taunts, and ideally Grey Bow would be hiding something that's not a taunt. But I think this is enough to incite another board clear if my opponent has it. And whilst I'm trying to summon lots of Grey Bows, I'm also trying to win. So if he doesn't clear this board, we can wade in with some bigger stuff next turn. There it is. There's just baited that out. I'd like for there to be something else on board when I play this, so I can attack into it. And with this, I'll get loads of stuff. 9 cards. Let's get these in the deck.
My dream
Gives me an option
your
for the Dragon Breeder. Something good can pop out of the deck. Drawing a card means it's quite likely to be a 9. And we want to play some stuff out, don't we? If we can get Wind Fury on that, we're in business. But I do expect my opponent simply to annihilate this with 1 card, with the Cthulhu destroy a target minion card. There's still 23 cards in their deck, so I was going to say it's likely the card is in the deck and not the hand, but now it's equally possible it's in the hand. I'm not going to do the mathematics to work it out. I'm just going to tell you that having shuffled 5 cards in and drawn another 5, they've got, there you go, a lot more chance of pulling that. Exactly the answer they were looking for. And that tells me that they're running out of answers for big boys on board, or girls, big boys or girls, big units. But my opponent isn't playing anything out, so it's making my life a bit more difficult. Well, that sounds mad. But I would like to attack into something, summon a load of these. After summoning a copy and giving it taunt, that sounds pretty rad. But as we're not doing that this turn, I'm going to reorder the deck and then guess the weight.
I wonder.
Although, if it's a 9, does that mean it's going to be 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and I'm not going to get to draw it? Or will it draw all the dragons and then give me a choice? I don't know, let's just find out, eh? Let's just find out. If it draws all the dragons, we've got a board full of dragons.
Knowledge is what I provide.
I'm thinking there's a 10 drop on top, isn't there? I don't have a deck tracker because I'm playing on Mac.
Time waits for no
dragons.
one.
There we go. So I'm asking my opponent now, do you have another board clear?
This timeline amuses me. I've suffered long enough. It's your turn.
Your feeble
I'm not going to get to guess the weight because the animation took too long. So it's going to cheat me out of my out of my card. Thanks. Thanks, Blizzard. In that situation, it should give you the guess the weight immediately and let the board fill up with dragons after you've guessed the weight. think, I don't know. Who am I to say I don't code games? I'm very grateful that they coded this game that I find so much enjoyment in. Hearthstone, I like it because it's a strategy game. I like it because I'm a whale and it's a collectionist kind of game. You gather this card collection over a period of time. You attach feeling, emotion to a point in time, and the way you felt about life when these cards were floating around and things were happening. It's more than a game in a lot of aspects. There are some negative aspects about the game, of course. Some quite negative. I would never recommend this game to a child, sadly. Even though I love it, they're trying to really wring money out of you. And that's a shame. Anyway, let me think about my go. They've just popped down a taunt, so I think this is my chance to summon some cool stuff. Let's lose this. Bye bye. I'm only going to summon one, I'm not going to get to play anything. I mean, is that really the best idea? Are there any dragons here that I want copies of? I can gain a
I wait
this
for no
just
one.
simply with that on the same turn. Got some, we'll give someone Wing Fury, won't we?
Feel the power
This dude.
for the wild.
Oh, it was all a mistake.
Dispel endless suffering.
I ran out of time. I had lethal and I ran out of time. Oh dear. That's because I'm streaming. I would never usually do that. I wouldn't be talking and messing around. I'd have just tied up the numbers and hit him in the face. Dedrick. That could be a her, could be a him. I've got no idea. So I don't know why I automatically say him. That's something I need to work on.
Our home. Tombs.
Oh, I might lose her. But we know this is Miss Lethal. R.I.P. Wreckful. Miss you, Byron. No, it's not Miss Lethal, is it?
This is new.
For the wild.
It might be nice to play some cards then, wouldn't it? It's a card game.
We must stop this corruption.
Dispel endless suffering. I suffered long enough.
That wasn't too bad. This druid deck is a big finisher. You've got to get to that end game in order to play it. So, I don't know if I've got any viewers or not. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I've got a little indigestion there. Yeah, I don't know if I've got any viewers. Probably not. That's not the main thing at the moment. The main thing is to try and get me into the process of regularly streaming, because I feel that this setup will enable me to produce other kinds of content more regularly. It's something I've been lacking. I've not been able to do. I've not been able to produce for a number of reasons. Physical, like the space I was living in, the equipment I had, the way some of the equipment wasn't working, some of my things broke, my ability to simply record my editing and talk and screen record and all at the same time. I don't know. One of my computers, my main computer, my Mac laptop went down, is defunct. I'm using an old computer which I've managed to get working for this, and I'm hoping that just by doing this, like I said, the process will help me get back into content creation, and we'll see where it goes. The aim being to potentially be streaming New World in March, the new Amazon MMO. That's something I'm interested in. Potentially do that, and more vegan content. I want to do vegan news through this medium. I'd like to regularly play Hearthstone because I do, so I might as well share that with you, and to reconnect with the ASMR community through content, but not live Twitch ASMR. I don't think that's something I feel instinctively suits me, but certainly through the process of production, of content creation, of connection and communication, to get back to a position of being able to produce high quality ASMR from the heart. It's only ever been from the heart. Everything has to come from the heart from me. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's happening. Let's just quickly check my quests here. Got one more game of Druid to play. 2 more games of Druid to play. Again, 1 more game of Druid to play for 2 more quests. So let's rock this one more time. And while it locks in there, I'm just going to... Traditional Hearthstone AFK is to set this off
Malfurion!
and then run away. Get yourself a drink, run back as quick as you can,
My
because
beloved
hopefully
Miranda.
it's not too late and you haven't wasted your go. Okay, ready? T-minus 10 seconds.
I wonder.
Right.
Time waits for no one.
See what I mean about wasting your go. Got myself a fake beer. I call them fake beers. They're not fake, obviously. Real. I'm holding it, but it's non-alcoholic. No alcohol in there.
What is a loon's will?
The Satyrs nice. It's nice, but I'm not in any rush to pump this out, as I'm not holding any big cards.
I wonder.
Have I got any spells that cost 5 or more? I'm not even sure if I have. Don't know why that's in the deck. Bit of a tricky turn, this. My opponent could be Quest Priest, so attacking into them could be helping them. Whatever kind of priest it is, unless I'm going to strongly develop a board at this stage, the damage isn't much relevance. I'll just heal it back up in the first 3-5 turns. But this is what I'm looking for. Sweet Cho. Sweet Cho. Let me shout out at her, the man himself, Hobbs. He's a real showman. The showman. Do I want to play this before I play Cho? I think I do. Because otherwise I'm just handing them to my opponent. And I can't feel my opponent's hand completely. 6, 7, 8.
I wonder.
So I can't... And I've got quite a few spells that I don't really want to hand over. This is free later on, you see, and it's useful when it's free.
Time waits for no one.
We'll just pop that out like that. It gives my opponent a real issue. Because how do they remove this thing? I love Cho. You play against a slower... This is a slow deck. It's aimed is to play against other slow decks and make their lives difficult until we get to the end game where we start slamming down big board after big board.
You've got me fired up.
And to try and get multiple Grave Owls out so we can have some fun. Could hand over a Germination, a Mark of Nature. You know, if I summon a copy of that with Taunt, my opponent is probably now going to play a big spell onto that, or aim to play a big buff. I don't know. Maybe it's not such a bad deal. I think my opponent's got problems, because I think they're going to try and buff this, and they're going to have to give me the buffs, or the silences or something.
Wonder.
So I'm going to start by giving them the buffs. I want to give them to give me.
Time waits for no one.
Cho's a big threat now. But can be killed. This is dangerous. I didn't have to trade that out. But my opponent now has to play another minion in order to buff it. Or they could clear the board, but give me the tools to clear their board. See that? Holding over. There we go, board cleared, but they can't fill it. Now I've got extra board clear tools and the opportunity to regain tempo. That boy, Vargoth, that mad. I'm not going to say the word. I despise the concept of the lad and the mad lad, really. I don't. Why did I say that? I don't despise it. Dane's a lad, isn't he? Dane uses lads as a phrase, and I love Dane, so I don't despise it. But you know what I mean. I'm not really a fucking lad. But yeah. Well, I'm just chatting sugar. I'm not even playing the game, just chatting sugar there.
Like a fungus we spread.
Should I just drop this now? I'm not going to get the armour, but I'm not going to get a big spell in hand
Time waits
anytime
for
soon.
no one.
And I don't want this to pop that or this. I used to run a druid deck with Potion Vendor, and every time you heal you get a new druid spell into hand minion. That's quite cool if you can get a reasonable sized board going and then drop a little health onto everything, fill up your hand with spells. This is like a Tro. It's an anti-spell card, isn't it? And I don't have the opportunity now to play this and this. I'm just going to pop that down there.
This'll fix you right up.
For the wild.
Let's see what we get.
A mistake.
No, it's not really a mistake, mate. I'm just passing the turn. Just not really that worried about winning or losing.
Run! I will hold them off.
Azo. Again, no information there. It could be a boy or a girl. So.
Nature's true power.
You ready to see something cool? This and this. This is cool.
What to do?
Put that into that. Is not cool.
Free of that blasted tower! Free of that blasted tower!
I'll wait for no one.
Now I've got 2 Vargoths to chuck out another another 2 copies of that germination. What is it? Mitosis.
Behold! Free of that blasted tower!
It's quite funny when you get that off and you get multiple Vargoths and your opponent's just like, what? What?
Greetings, fellow humans.
Greetings, fellow humans. Greetings, fellow humans. Everyone hates that card, but I love it because it's so funny. Because he's got tentacles for a face. Like, he's a tentacles man. Or lady. Tentacles person. Tentacles, non-binary, conforming. It's tentacles. I said it again. They're tentacles. Oh, Marlo. That's my doggy. We'll talk about the doggy another time. So anyway, tentacles with the mask. Greetings, fellow humans. So I think it's really funny. So when I see that card, it doesn't make me angry or cross. I just think, how funny. Marlo, do you want to come to Daddy? See now, look at all it. 1, 2, 3 Vargoth. 3 Vargoth. And a Holy Nova. 2, 4, 6. That'll do, won't it? That'll be nice. But if I pop this as well, it could all go wrong.
What to do?
Let's just do this. I don't really mind. There's no point in running these into anything. They'll get all their power back next turn. So let's just do that. This will still be on board. I'm going to gain some of that. Armour. 1 armour. And let that roll. Behold! Cheers, Hobbs. The Hobbs method of pulling. Behold! Behold! I'll tell you what, I really like Hobbs. I like his demeanour. I like his attitude. He's kind of laid back, but with a little bit of an edge. You know, he's not a complete pushover. I never met him. Just get that impression. There's Frizz. This is nice, Frizz, because reducing the cost of the top-end dragons, the Alistraza and the Alexstrasza and the Isera, it means it can combo with the Dragon Breeder, and you can instantly whack another copy into your hand. So that's why this is in the deck. So it's important to play this, because if you don't play this, the next card you draw is Isera. So you have to play this now. And really, it's not much of a turn. I'm not developing much. Just pop that on. It can easily be dealt with by my opponent. So, in being a 0-cost card, the next card will cost more. It should cost more than a 0, more than a 0. We've got a 2, ladies and gentlemen. Enter. Now, guess the way. It's just purely in the deck because I've got a quest that's worth about like 0.01 pence monetary value in real terms to guess the weight of a certain number of cards. on my rewards track. Battle Pass. Do you know, it might be nice just to pop Zephyrus, get a nice simple answer for this, mightn't it? Because that's sitting in my way now, looking meaty. What's it going to offer me? Do you think it can offer me the old Rotator? What's his name? Silas. I wouldn't mind a Silas in this, because I'll just rotate it around, take your 12-12, give you a Zephyrus.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Let's have a look. Yeah, nice deal do, won't it? But Silas would have allowed me to play Brightwing. Maybe I should have played Brightwing first. Maybe that was my own
Time
fault.
waits for no one.
The void is filled with many whispers. Fly, my pretty!
Always trade. Reduce the number of minions on board against the priest. Because you never know when they could rumble and tumble them into a bigger... Oh, I didn't play him bigger. That was a mistake. Should have played that. I'm not saving it for any purpose. There's no Cho in the deck now, and there's no Vargoth. But yeah, I always try and trade against the priest because they could always steamroll or something into you. Cho'Bough is going down. Beacon is going. And we're just going to fill the board a bit. I know I'm reducing. There's a danger here that I reduce the. Oh, that's cheeky, isn't it? I love the gold cards. I tell you that, I love the gold cards. I know they're valuable, and I can have more cards in my collection, more of the wild cards that I wasn't buying cards for this game, like all those years ago. So. But yeah, I still love looking at that art. For me, the art is a huge part of this. There's so many points that I've just made that I need to come back to. But not even going to be balancing the mana here. Just throwing down a couple of things. What I was going to say is it's dangerous to empty my hand. To commit too much to the board when my opponent could easily clear it with one. Alright. I thought they were going to clear it with the mass. Clear everything. But they went Res instead. There's a Dragon Breeder, that's cheeky. Considering dropping this Elise. But if I can duplicate my other Elise, then we're really rocking. So I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to go Emerald Breeder and just run these into the fat boys ahead of me.
We must stop this corruption.
Cheeky.
You'll grow up to be a fierce.
More stats on board.
Ouchie
3,
time!
6.
Out of my wall.
There's no point in wasting this into one of these because he can easily heal it.
Time waits for no one.
There you go. She. There, you can easily heal there. Minions, so just keep it on board. You see, there's another reason why the Silas would have been a good option is because it would have given my opponent a minion that they didn't choose to have on their side. A weak minion, Zephyrus, who may have been re-resed in this situation. But also, this Ogremancer is conjuring up 2/2s. So I don't know why they didn't get resed. You know, that's a random thing, isn't it, to throw in this deck? If you're going to be mass resing. Was that mass res? Yeah, that's in the deck. So it's Res Priest with something in your deck that can F up your reses. There you go. Not taking the mickey, so each their own. Everyone enjoys this game in their own way. But it seems bizarre to be putting that in your deck. There's the big buffs. There's the Cho'Bough. Knocked it onto something that can't possibly attack. So I can never get my Cho'Bough back. Thanks. That's gone wrong, hasn't it? For me. Whoosh, look at that hand. Now, do you duplicate the big girls, or do you drop one of these and then next turn duplicate the cheap dragons? You see, that's what I would be doing. And it is me playing, so 11, 4, 8, 9. I haven't got the 11 to go through that. I'm going to take 2 dragons into hand now, with the potential of playing 1. You might say play this, gives me more options to play both dragons, but I don't want to play both dragons, so get rid of the big one first. And position, I'm playing around Silas. I've always been leaving that on the end, but now I'm worried about losing it, I guess.
Time waits for no one.
Well, that's handy, isn't it? That's handy. Oh, it's like cheating. Boy, boy. Strong position here now. Being able to duplicate that Zeraku and attack Zeraku. Sleepy Zeraku. Why do they do those Zeds for sleeping? I've never understood that. When you're asleep, people don't go.
What
My eyes
ZZZ is comic speak, you know, comic ZZZ coming out of your head. Anyway, my opponent only has 2 cards, so I don't need to overcommit when one of those cards is 9 mana clear everything. I just need to apply pressure. I could duplicate this in hand, bearing in mind I've got another one of these in the deck. So let's do that.
Need a hand, Explorer?
It's a nice hand to duplicate. Because I can pop one of these down. Oh no, I don't want to pop that down yet, do I? Because I still can't attack into that. I want space on board. Just clear some space. Draw a card. If I get a correct guess, 8.
Time waits for no
I'll
one.
have 9 cards. Oh, the ooze, that's lovely. Guess it costs next. So less. The ooze is good if you can whack taunt on it.
Stop the rock!
Thought I got there before the button went off then, but hey ho. Now my opponent is in a situation they've got to clear, and as soon as they clear, I refill the board with big minions. I'm aware of the sort of culture around Hearthstone. I watched other streamers, and most people freely bandy the phrase "big boys." But actually, if you look closely, my minions are female. Female? Female.
You win.
Oh, I didn't even get to pop it. So Cho'Bough is working, isn't it? It's not terrible. Not terrible at all. Not 100% win rate, but out of those 3 games we played as a druid, we won 2. The aggressive deck took us out. The demon hunter. So what? You know, when I encounter demon hunters, I just think probably going to get beat. Drop to their level and start producing scruffy, horrible. When I'm saying this, I will be playing some aggro decks in my time, so. But yeah. I've not been keeping up with my quests this last couple of weeks because my nan died. That's another story to tell. Another time. So I've got these weekly quests that are starting to rack up. And do you know what about this weekly and daily quest system scheme thing here? There's this space at the end. And that's so that when they produce their legendary quests, there's always a space for it. But I would thought that would give you overspill, so you could add more weekly quests if you don't complete them. So I left 1 last week just to see if that would happen, and it didn't. So if you don't complete your weekly quest in time, you are wasting that slot. This slot is always empty. It's not new quest in whatever many hours, it's always empty. So that's a shame. And whilst this battle pass has been interesting, I can't say if it's better or worse. What it has done is it's made me feel, do you know what, we can do this as a different video. I can talk about the battle pass as its own video. I'm just getting used to this streaming thing, just practicing at the moment. Just practicing. Just trying to get back. Just trying to come back. Because it's been a hard 2 years. I don't know. That's Hearthstone. An hour. We've done an hour. I've completed those quests. So it feels like a good time to stop the stream. I hope you've enjoyed your time here. Return. I've got many platforms. I've got many platforms. What a cock. What a cock I am. Things I say. You can find me on YouTube. I'm Ganji Kid on YouTube. I'm also True Binaural and ASMR. I'm also Battery Exhausted, which is, in my mind, my main channel. But it's not really, is it? The ASMR is the main drive through YouTube. And Ganji Kid on Twitch here. I've been Scotty Sterling and Strafe on SoundCloud. Yeah, I'll know. I don't know how to sign these things off. On YouTube, I've got like a little thing that plays at the end, a piece of music that's sort of there to allow you to sort of think and just be in that space at the end of the video for a bit longer than the abrupt cut off that YouTube gives you as soon as the media is complete. I don't know how that would work with Twitch, so at the moment I'm just rambling. Good night, my little podcast. Be good. Now, how would you stop recording? Is it recording? Is it recording? If I do this, I'm going to fade to the starting soon screen. That's what we need to do, isn't it? I need to find a stream finished image and a way to play the music at the end. So there's so much to do. There's so much to do. I notice a lot of streamers talk about streaming because it's what they're doing and it's on their mind. And so I'm doing the same thing. So much to learn, so much to do. I really respect Limmy and the way he's been forging a new style of stream. Or a slightly different flavour of culture on his stream, although completely identifiable as a gaming stream as well, which is quite cool. Yeah, just rambling. So I'm going to fade to starting soon, but it's not starting soon, it's finishing. So bye bye.